Welcome. Welcome to the show. Today is Judge Tony Flores. I have a lot of respect for all these judges that we portray on this channel. I'm glad that I can. My throat's a little goofy today. I'm glad that I could bring this stuff to you. I really am. It's not as stressful as doing other stuff. But let's go ahead and get started and share screen. Let's make this bigger.
Oh, 3370. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Elizabeth Mays. Will the parties please introduce themselves to the record? Mrs. L.
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the People.
Mr. Tomo.
Your Honor, Eric Tomal for defendant who's present.
And ma'am, you are Elizabeth Michelle Mays, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a sentencing in the matter. And Mrs. L, is there any restitution on this file?
No, Your Honor, there is not.
Mr. Tomal, have you had the opportunity to go through the pre-sentence report with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any additions, deletions, or corrections?
No.
Allocution, Mr. Tomal.
Your Honor, as the report reflects, Liz, she's 24. She basically has no prior convictions. She's got this blemish out of Florida. As the court's aware, this case started as a two-count felony case. It got reduced for a reason. This case could have easily went to trial because of Liz's young age and inexperience with the court system. That's part of the reason why she didn't want to risk it. So we worked it out in a favorable fashion to both sides. I'm asking the court to grant YTA status. Probation is recommending 8 months. It's kind of an odd number to me. It's usually 6 or 12. Considering her record, I had asked the court to consider 6 months. And is this a probationary kind of case where she can request discharge at halfway point if she's successful in getting everything done? Lastly, Your Honor, on the third page of the recommendation, talks about conditions, talks about random PBTs and drops, no bars. This case had nothing to do with drugs or alcohol. It's a self-defense case. I'm not sure that's really necessary. I'll leave that to the court's best discretion.
If I remember correctly, this was a kind of a fight at a house between friends.
Then it shifted to another house.
Okay.
Then it ended up outside by a vehicle. Then the victim got aggressive with my client.
Right.
It could easily have been self-defense at a trial.
All right. Anything you'd like to say to the court before the court passes sentence, Ms. Mays?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mrs. L.
Your Honor, we would just like to say that we would agree to the height of status in this case, and we would leave it to the court's discretion on how long to leave the probation open for. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, this is for conduct which occurred on guilty plea of December 13th, 2024 on the assault and battery case. So I'm going to follow the recommendation with some tweaks concerning the Zoom record, the probationary term. It is ordered that the defendant spend 2 days in jail with credit given for 2 days previously served. The fines and costs in this matter will be a fine of $200, cost of $200, crime victims' rights fee of $75, state minimum cost fee of $50. I'm going to reduce probation to 6 months. So that'll be $180 probation. And I'll give you a grand total of that. So that's $30 a month probation, but probation will be for 6 months on this matter. And that would be a grand total of 400 plus 75 plus 50 plus 180 equals 705. That can be paid over the course of your probation. Okay, the HYTA is granted, and that's really that's the big thing here. Okay, it's abstracted differently. So the YTA is granted. You're to have no contact with the victims at this time over the course of probation, the 6 months. That's Devarian Copeland or Miranda Gonzalez, or to be within 2,000 feet of where they work, go to school, direct or indirect. If that changes, if the relationship changes, or that's Mr. Copeland or Ms. Gonzalez can contact the probation officer, understanding that this was kind of a fray. Okay, from best I can tell. No assaultive or threatening behavior, no use of possession of alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance without a prescription, but you are not being submitted to random PBTs and your analysis just because that costs money. Okay, every time you have to go and drop, they charge you for it. And so if you get in trouble, like if you get a drunk driving or you get in trouble and you're drinking, they're going to hook you up. Okay, there's going to be a warrant out for you because you're not to have to be in possession of alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance, but you're not going to be tested for it. All right. All right. No bars or nightclubs, probably a good idea just to avoid all that right now. There's complete the following rehabilitative services, pay fees, and provide proof of completion. The moral recognition therapy is probably a good idea. If nothing else, it gets you more the understanding that maybe there are better ways to handle this. We're treating this completely as a learning experience. All right, you have no prior history, so we're just going to treat this as a learning experience. The fact of the matter is we don't want this to happen again, right?
Right.
You don't want this to happen again. Mr. Tomal doesn't want this to happen again. So that's the key. Obtain and maintain employment, not purchase or possess firearms, ammunition, or weapons of any kind over the 6-month period. And then you can report via Zoom, which is on the order. You probably, I don't know who your probation agent is, ma'am. Let's see who did the report. Looks like Nathaniel Neves. He's a pretty flexible guy, okay, pretty fair guy. So if you go and make sure you know when to report to him on the 5th floor, just get everything via Zoom. This 6 months should go by pretty quickly. All right. Anything else for the record in 2403370, Mrs. Zell?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Tomal.
So is this a halfway point? She can ask for discharge?
Yes, and usually I hear from the probation agent though that if you're doing, but yeah, you can motion for after 3 months if everything's taken care of to have your probation reduced. I'm usually looking for something from the victim in an assault case to say like this is fine, but let Mr. Neves know that after 3 months he could come to me also. All right. All right.
Should she report right away today?
No, she doesn't have to report today, but she wants to make sure she's on the same page. So if you want to go down to the 5th floor, you can. I'm going to make it all look pretty because nobody can read my writing. So if you want to go down to the 5th floor and just make sure you know the rules, that's fine. At some point, check in. All right. Check in the next, I'd say by next week, just to make sure that you know how and when and where. All right. All right, I'm going to sign the judgment accordingly. And you should be all set, ma'am. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tomal.
Can I report briefly?
Yes.
One of y'all. No, I can't.
Why is that not showing your question?
On the cell phone, 3569, can you identify yourself? On the cell phone with the last numbers 3569, can you identify yourself?
Christopher Bryson.
Christopher
Bryson.
Frison. Bryson. Right, you're here for your 9 o'clock?
Yes.
All right. I believe your attorney's here.
Right here.
All right, so so you're in the right place, stand by, all right, sir?
Am I in the right place? What?
You're in the right place, so stand by at this time.
Okay. All right.
And then is it Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
All right, what case are you here? You're here for your 9:30?
Yes, sir.
All right, you are also in the right place. So stand by at this time. We have a few cases to call in front of you.
Okay.
All right.
I'm caught up. Thank you, Judge. I just
All
want to
right.
make sure.
Yeah,
I
and
got
All right, so we're on the record in docket 220240. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Sabrina Glass. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. L.
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the People.
Ms. Donnelly.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Sabrina Glass, who is to my right.
And ma'am, you are Sabrina Glass, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. This time set for a probable cause hearing. Mrs. L, how are we proceeding, or would you like to defer?
Your Honor, it's my understanding we are going to be leaving this case set for the preliminary exam.
And is that a fair statement, Ms. Donnelly?
It is, Your Honor. Pardon me, Ms. Glass. I just remembered that in regards to reporting pretrial services, I did get an email this morning from Andy Dwyer that you still need to report. So I printed off the information that you need, like phone number. I'm going to give it to you before you leave. So we'll take care of that.
All right, perfect. All right, so we'll leave on for preliminary examination on February 28, 2025 at 8:30. That's a week from today, live in person on the 6th floor right here, just like you are now. Okay, ma'am? Anything else for the record in docket 220240, Mrs. L?
Not for the people.
Ms. Donnelly?
Not from defense.
You're all set, Ms. Glass. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm gonna put Jesus Johnson in a breakout room with his attorney.
Okay. All right. Johnson. And is Mr. Kaplan from the PD's office?
Yes, he's a new hire.
Okay. I haven't. All right. What case are we here? I see Mr. I know somebody else is here. I can't remember.
We could go on Hua Haji with Mr. Doyle.
Oh, Mr. Doyle. That's right.
Do we have a separate counsel on that one?
Yes.
Let's see.
Thank you.
He's got it.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Doyle, you can provide that to Ms. Slayback, and we'll put it in the file. Thank you.
Judge, I do believe that they need an interpreter, but I haven't had one check in with me. Somali? But I believe it, I don't know, maybe that was for the.
I
but
have,
it's-
they used language line at the arraignments and there it is marked with interpreter.
You really want to do
Oh, wait.
They're an interpreter and Zoom by chance. All right, the circuit court must
So-
not have ordered it.
All right.
So we will get one for the, whatever we're calling next.
So do, I see there's supposed to be an interpreter here and there's not on this case.
I believe that's correct.
But are you leaving this on or we keep?
We are leaving this on.
Let me check the whole.
And Mr. Doyle, can you communicate at least well enough with your client that we're just leaving it on for next week?
Yes, I have.
Okay, all right. Let's do that and then we'll make sure and order or reorder the interpreter be here because there's obviously a language gap here. That's, you know. By the way, I've known Mr. Doyle for years, so it's not, so when I'm trying to figure out what's his name, it's not because I don't know him. I've just known him for years. All right, so let's do that. We're on the record in 25-00331. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Hawa Haji. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. Zell,
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the people.
Mr. Doyle.
Good morning, Your Honor. Dan Doyle, appearing on behalf of Mr. Hawahaji, who is present and standing to my right in the courtroom.
And ma'am, you are Hawa Haji, is that correct? Okay, so that's a yes, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. This is the time set for a probable cause conference. Mrs. Zell, it's my understanding we're leaving this on, but I'll go ahead and let you make the record.
Yes, Your Honor, it is our hope today to get to leave this set for the preliminary exam that I believe is set for next week. And this, just to put this on the record for the court, this is a co-defendant case. However, defense has indicated that they are fine leaving it separated from the other cases.
All right. And that's a fair statement, Mr. Doyle. We are leaving it on for February 28th at 9 o'clock, and we are keeping it separate, or it's being tried separate from the co-defendants, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 co-defendants.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is that a fair statement, Mr. Doyle?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. My understanding is we have that we've ordered a Somali interpreter for the matter. We're able to communicate with the defendant, so she knows we'll leave this on. But we'll feel better. We'll order a Somali interpreter for the preliminary examination. Mr. Doyle.
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to indicate specifically the language is K-I-Z-I-G-U-A.
1 second, please.
Okay, so I have Somali Z-I-G-N-A, and you're indicating it's K-I-Z-I-G-N-A?
Say K-I-Z-I-G-U-A.
K-I-Z-I-G-U-A.
G-U-A.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
All right, and I'll make that appropriate change. And I know that they use language line at the arraignment. So it's K-I-Z-I-G-U-A. All right. So, Ms. Haji, we are leaving this on for next Friday at 9, where we'll have an interpreter. We will give you notice, so you'll get notice in hand, and we'll see you here at 9 o'clock next Friday. All right, ma'am? All right. Anything else for the record in docket 25-00331, Mrs. Zell?
Not for the people.
Mr. Doyle?
No, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right. We'll see you next week. Thank you for your appearance today. So are the other co-defendants on somebody else's docket, or are they yet to be picked up?
They are on your docket, Your Honor. I believe that the arraignment, at the arraignment, Ms. Haji was the first to be arraigned and everybody else was arraigned.
All right, so they arraigned
after.
separately and then,
Yeah.
okay,
So I think they are actually on our PCC docket next week.
okay. That makes, I was just wondering if we have to consolidate, and it doesn't. It seems like they're all with me, which is good. And so Mr. Kaplan is in with Mr. Johnson. Do you have anybody assigned to, oh, that's Mr. Kaplan.
Mr. Jackson is defendant 9 of CAA.
Mr. Jackson.
We're not muted, just so you know, Judge.
Oh, he's in with Mr. All right, Mr. Jackson, we'll call your case. You can unmute. Sheriff Jackson,
Good
you can
morning.
unmute. Okay, we're on the record in docket 25-00382. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Jareth Jackson. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. L.
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the People.
And sir, you are Jareth Jackson, is that correct?
Yes,
And it's my understanding that you are not represented by counsel at the PCC, is that correct, sir?
not at the moment. They're supposed to be getting back with me today to reset up representation. I will be represented by the PD.
Okay, so you were denied by the PD on what date?
I reached out today. They told me the fee was denied this morning.
All right, so the public defender's office said this morning that you were denied public defender status. Do you plan to make reapplication to that agency?
Yes, I do.
But you should do that. We'll just leave this on. You should do that as fast as you can because you have a week from today to make your application. And this is actually a reapplication. So they should have a lot of that. They should have a lot of the paperwork. You're going to have to make a determination as to why they couldn't take you as a client. And then if that's the case, we'll address that at the prelim. So we're going to leave this on for prelim. And the prelim is set for February 28th at 8:30. So that'll be, Mr. Jackson, that'll be live in person on the 6th floor of City Hall of Lansing in courtroom 3. And that'll be next week at 8:30. You should make application today or reapplication today if you want the public defender's office to represent you at the matter. If not, you need to retain an attorney within the next week. All right, sir?
Okay.
All right. So you're to be here live. Zoom is inappropriate, not appropriate. You're to be here live on the 6th floor on February 28th at 8:30. All right, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else for the record in 25-00382, Mrs. Zell?
Not for the people.
All right. Mr. Jackson, we'll see you next week at 8:30. Thank you for your appearance today.
All right. Thank you.
How you doing?
Mr. Kaplan, could you return to the courtroom so we could call some cases, please?
Yep, be right there.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go. Oh. Can you hand me his Alexa? You might be going in another room. Okay.
Yeah, we talking to my wife, so you can look at her browse, nigga.
It's your turn. Where did that other stuff?
So we call it.
Sorry.
If we could actually go back on the record with Ms. Terrell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Feigelson. I think that's my phone.
Everything smoked.
Calling on a search warrant. So we are on the record, back on the record in 24-02-344. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Cecilia Terrell. Will the parties please introduce themselves to the record? Mrs. Zell.
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the People.
Mr. Feigelson.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning again. Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson on behalf of Ms. Terrell, standing to my right today.
And ma'am, you are Cecilia Terrell, is that correct? All right, thank you. This is the time set for a forensic review. Miss Zell, how we proceed?
Your Honor, I believe we both parties will be stipulating to the report.
All right, and is that a fair statement, Mr. Feigelson?
It is, Your Honor. I do want to put, I know we were here earlier. Ms. Terrell was here. I just, for whatever one reason or another, I didn't see her in the hallway.
Okay, so, and I do have the, make sure I have the right order to sign. So this will be, this will be a stipulation for forensic, for the review hearing in regards to the report that was issued by Flora Krapko and dated February 12th, 2025. Is that correct, Ms. Zell?
That is, Your Honor.
And is that correct, Mr. Feigelson?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. With that stipulation, we have a stipulation to the report at the forensic hearing. I have signed the order which indicates the defendant is incompetent to stand trial but restorable. And I will sign the order accordingly. And then see, today is 2/21. And then we will await for some document, but I think what we do is we set a control date,
Right.
just so it doesn't fall through the cracks. And then you'll let us know on the time frame that we're looking at. I think
it's 18 months.
I think it's 18 months, and on some they're really fast on, and then others that's why we set it. So let's set it for 60 days out. Do you think that would be?
That might be enough time to know where we are, but I think it's generally my experience.
A little longer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try 90. Let's go 90 days out. So that's been my experience too, that we show up and then we either get it within 90 days or then we need to poke somebody to remind them that they need to do a report. All right, so we will set a control date.
Judge, I believe Mr. Milks informed us last week that we had to set them within 60 days for a review.
For a review, if we're waiting for a report or if we have a report.
If we have the report. I mean, I'll gladly go out 90 days. I was just making sure.
I think I don't know. I don't know if it's 60 or 90 days.
Judge, we can do 6 days.
Let's do, yeah. I just got a feeling we're gonna come 60 and they're not gonna have it, but let's sooner's better than later, but all right, 60 days out.
April 24th at 9.
April 24th at 9 a.m.
Judge, I probably will not be here. I'll be in another trial, unfortunately, but we need to be on the record for that.
Not necessarily. If we have a report, good, and then somebody can cover for
Right.
you. I mean, we'll just have the report. If not, if we don't have the report, then we'll show up, somebody can cover, and we'll just set another 60 days out.
Good enough for me, Judge.
Yeah. What we're doing is we're waiting for the report to come in that indicates that you're competent to stand trial. Although Ms. Terrell, as far as I'm concerned, you've made pretty big strides in this area already. So the case is adjourned for 60 days to get another report. I've signed the order of incompetency, and the new report, or at least review of this, will be 60 days out on April 24th. Anything else for the record? And you have notice of that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else for the record in docket 2402344, Mrs. Zell?
Not for the people.
Mr. Feigl?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set, Mr. Earl. We'll see you on that April
Thank you so
24th
much.
case.
Thank you, Mr.
And then who's next, Mrs. Zell?
I believe we can just start working our way down the list. We want to do Keyshawn Ray.
Mr. Ray? Okay.
If mine is out of order, I do apologize. I don't have a printout version of today's docket.
So far, you're good. So far,
They printed the docket 2 weeks before today's date, so the docket that I have is incorrect.
all right.
Let me get yours. You're welcome.
And sir, you are Mr. Kaplan, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right. So we're on the record in docket 2500386. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Keyshawn Lamar Ray. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. Zell.
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the People.
Mr. Kaplan.
Jeffrey Kaplan, P 74943, on behalf of the defendant who's seated to my right, Your Honor.
And sir, you are Keyshawn Ray, is that correct? All right, thank you. This is the time set for a probable cause conference. Mrs. Zell, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that we will be leaving this set for a preliminary exam.
All right, and that's a fair statement, Mr. Kaplan.
That's correct, Your Honor. I would note that there's not been an offer in this case
Okay.
as yet. So.
All right, so the PCC is held, and we've left on for preliminary examination on February 28th at 8:30. So that'll be next week at 8:30. They'll be live in person on the 6th floor, just like we are now. Okay, sir? All right. Anything else for the record in docket 2500386, Ms. Zell?
Not for the people.
Mr. Kaplan?
Not for the defense.
All right. You're all set, Mr. Ray. We'll see you next week at 8:30. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe so. And then he wanted me to let you know
That's the case you're standing in for Mr. Pfeiffer on?
Yes, Your Honor.
I always expect that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then Mr. Freisen is on cell phone. We can do his next, him next. So, Mr. Freisen, you're joining us by cell phone, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're going to go ahead and call your case, sir. We're on the record in docket 25-00297. That's people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Freisen. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. L.
Gabrielle Ezel, Assistant Prosecutor for the People.
Mr. Kaplan.
Jeffrey Kaplan, P 74943. On behalf of the defendant, he is appearing by teleconference.
By teleconference or Zoom. And sir, you are Christopher Freisen, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you can hear me all right, Mr. Freisen?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a PCC hearing. Ms. Ezel, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding we will be leaving this set for a preliminary exam. There is a current plea offer that has been extended to the defendant for a plea to count 2 with the dismissal of the remaining counts. At this time, we do believe that that is not being accepted, so we will be setting for free.
All right, so this is set and left on prelim on February 28th at 9 o'clock. Is that a fair statement, Mr. Kaplan?
Yeah, sure. I would like to clarify, actually, I was just assigned this case Wednesday. We just got discovery yesterday evening. So it's not that my client doesn't want to accept. The offer will be left open until the exam, and then is withdrawn if he runs. What we had asked, if Your Honor would consider scheduling the hearing next Friday for a PCC instead of the exam, it would give my client a little more time to consider it, and then they wouldn't have to subpoena a witness and call them off.
Right.
You know, it just kind of alleviates that.
I can set it for PCC, Mr. Kaplan. But it would make more. It makes more sense if he waives his 21-day rule, so that we're not outside of that preliminary examination time.
And he's willing to do that.
Okay, if he's willing to do that, do you have any objection to that?
No, Your Honor, I would also offer, though, if we could maybe just treat the preliminary examination date as a PCC.
The PCC, that'll work. Let me take the 21-day rule waiver, and then so Mr. Freisen is willing to waive his 21-day rule, and I can inquire that, and then we'll just set the PCC for the same time period.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Freisen, you understand you have a right to a preliminary examination within 21 days of your date of arraignment. A preliminary examination is a probable cause hearing in which the people would have to prove by probable cause evidence that a crime has been committed and the identity of the person who committed that crime. You are represented today by public defender Attorney Kaplan, and he would be present to cross-examine any witnesses or contest any charges brought against you by the people of the state of Michigan. It is my understanding it is your wish today to waive your right to a preliminary examination, set this for PCC next week so you can consider the offer and you can have a zealous and full representation by Mr. Kaplan in regards to the offer that was made. Is it your wish today to waive your right to a preliminary examination only within the 21-day period? You wouldn't be waiving your right to a preliminary examination in general. Is it your wish today to waive your right to a prelim within 21 days?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mrs. L, do the people also waive their right to a prelim within 21 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I find the 21-day rule to be knowing, voluntarily, and accurately made. And we will set the PCC for negotiations to continue and for the offer to be considered for September 28th. I'm sorry, what am I saying?
28th.
February 28th. Everybody took notice that was February 28th at 9 a.m. for PCC. Since it is a PCC, any objection to Mr. Freisen appearing via Zoom, and then we can either set it or if it's gonna be a plea, we'll set it for plea. Any objection to that, Mrs. L?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Kaplan?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Freisen, we are setting this for PCC next week, and that's available to come via Zoom, just like you are today. All right, sir?
Okay, the same information, the same number, right?
Same number, same information, absolutely right. It'll be the next week at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, and then if you need to meet with your attorney during that time period, I'll be happy to put you in a breakout room and you can talk to him then, all right, sir?
Okay.
All right. Anything else for the record in 25-00297, Mrs. L?
Not for the people.
Mr. Kaplan?
Not from the defense. Your
All
Honor.
right.
Thank you.
You're all set, Mr. Freisman. We'll see you next week at 9 a.m. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you. All right.
You can log out,
Bye-bye.
Mr. Bryson. Bye-bye.
Okay.
We have. It is. All right, so Mr. McFall, we'll call your case. So we're on the record in docket 24-01382. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Chad McFall. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. L.
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the people.
Mr. Kaplan.
Jeffrey Kaplan, P 74943, on behalf of the defendant who's appearing by Zoom, Your Honor.
And sir, you are Chad McFall, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you can hear me all right, Mr. McFall?
Yes.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a probable cause conference. Mrs. L, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, the people will be moving to dismiss this case and submitting a nollie to the court. The people are unable to sustain their burden in this case.
And that's your understanding, Mr. Kaplan?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have not discussed it with my client yet. I'm assuming he's not going to object.
Right, I'm assuming you're not going to object.
No.
So the people move to dismiss without prejudice, and I'll indicate for the record what that means. But this is just a nollie, so it'll be signed by the prosecutor, not by, this is not on motion from the defense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Prosecutor's only.
All right, so Mr. May I inquire your client of the dismissal without prejudice, Mr. Kaplan?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
May I inquire of your client of the dismissal
yes.
without prejudice?
Absolutely.
All right, so Mr. McFall, you understand that the people are moving to dismiss this case without prejudice. Ms. Izell is signing it right now, the nollie pros, or the motion to dismiss. And what that means is the people are not, the people could reissue if they choose to, but for our purposes today, the case is dismissed. All right, sir?
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, if I may, just for my client's edification, he has a case that's still pending in 55th District Court, a felony case. So I just want Mr. McFall to be aware that this does not dismiss that case. That
Right.
case is still ongoing. It's being handled by another defense attorney.
All right. So you understand that this case will be purged from the system due to the nollie pros, probably by 4 or 5 today, but you're being held on another file. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. I've signed the nollie pros by the prosecutor on 24-01382. Anything else for the record on this file, Mrs. L?
Not for people.
Mr. Kaplan?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. McFall, you're all set. Thank you for your appearance today.
All right, thank you.
We have Mr. Johnson, we can go on.
There you are.
All right, so Mr. Johnson, we'll call your case.
Okay.
All right, so we're on the record in docket 25-00446. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Jesus Nathaniel Johnson or Jesus Nathaniel Johnson. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. Zell.
Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the people.
Mr. Kaplan.
Jeffrey Kaplan, P 74943, on behalf of the defendant who's appearing by Zoom, Your Honor.
And sir, you can correct my pronunciation. You are Jesus or Jesus Johnson?
Jesus, yep.
Okay, Jesus Johnson. And you can hear me all right, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a probable cause hearing. Mrs. Zell, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that we will be leaving this case set for a preliminary exam. There is an offer currently extended in this case. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up that wording right now. We are currently offering a plea to an added count 2 of use, and upon successful plea, we would be dismissing count 1.
And is that your understanding? Is that a fair statement, Mr. Kaplan?
That is accurate, Your Honor.
All right. All right, so Mr. Johnson, we are leaving this on for prelim on February 28th. We have a time, 9:30. That would be next week at 9:30. That'll be live in person on the 6th floor City Hall of Lansing. So you should be live that date at 9:30 next week. And you'll have the opportunity to talk to your counsel before and on that date. All right, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else for the record in docket 25-00-446, Mrs. L?
Not for the people.
Mr. Kaplan?
Not for the defense, Your
All
Honor.
right. All right, Mr. Johnson, we'll see you next week at 9:30. We'll see you live. All right, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're all set. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And of course, I didn't mention this. It doesn't necessarily need to be on the record, I guess, but if he decides to take the offer,
Yeah,
we'll let
Mr. Napier, are you here on the Tracy Moore sentencing? Mr. Napier? Are you here on 2403-182? No, he's connecting to audio.
He is the named victim.
All right. All right, Mr. Napier, you're here for the Tracy Moore case, is that correct? Brady Napier, you're here for the Tracy Moore case, is that correct?
I'm sort of at the court's mercy right now and your good
Oh.
grace. So if the court would allot me that much time,
Yeah, let's give her to 11 o'clock and we'll see if she gets here. And she's not here by 11. That gives it a full hour. And if we haven't heard anything or any contact, then she'll fail to appear. Miss Moore is looking at some jail time, and they probation told her that. Probation told her what the request was, what they're recommending. So she has an understanding what the judgment of sentence is. So it doesn't surprise me, but she's stayed in contact. So I don't know what that means, but we'll wait till 11 to find out. All right. All right. Thank you.
understanding though at the same time that she can appear as coming across a little more aggressive sometimes, and it is something that she is. It is part of her. It is part of her character. Sometimes trying to deal with and regulate some of her louder moments, to say the least, Your Honor.
All right.
If there is anything further, though, I would leave it to my client, and I thank the court.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Milks. Ms. Moore, is there anything you'd like to say to the court before the court passes sentence?
Apologize.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Mrs. Zell, anything from the prosecutor's office?
Your Honor, we would leave this up to your discretion. We would ask that the recommendation in the pre-sentence investigation be followed out.
All right, thank you. So this is for a guilty plea to an illegal entry, which is a 93-day misdemeanor, and a malicious destruction of building less than 200, which is also a 93-day misdemeanor. So that'll change some of the recommendations, but it is ordered. This was a guilty plea taken on December 12th, 2024. Then on February 13th, that was a snow day, but we had some indication that Ms. Moore was coming, and then she refused to come. Then she didn't come, but we did a courtesy reset to today's date. And then we're about an hour and a half, I think, an hour and 25 minutes from the sentencing date. Did you want to talk on that?
Just it was regarding the snow day, Your Honor. It's not that she didn't want to come or wasn't going to come. It was my understanding. I told her that if she felt unsafe, I would prefer she stay at home.
Right.
So I don't want the court to think that she was somehow.
No, and I have that in my notes, and I also have that that Lansing was hit with at least 5 inches that day. So that was, and then for today's date, I know Mr. Milks was on the floor because you were in Judge Ward's courtroom, and we're doing the sentencing now. It was originally set for 10 o'clock. With that understanding, I'm ordering today that I'm not ordering probation. Probation, ma'am, simply doesn't want to work with you. Okay, that's the long and short of it. And they don't find you a good candidate for probation as part of the sentencing. This started out as an home invasion, which is a felony. It's been reduced now to the 2 misdemeanors. I'm going to indicate that the defendant is to spend 90 days in jail. Credit is given for 1 day previously served. I'm going to waive the fines and costs. I'm going to waive the crime victims' rights fee and the state minimum cost fee on both files. So there will be no monetary amount since Ms. Moore is going to be going with Ms. Slabiak and serve 90 days in jail, credits given for 1 day previously served. Anything towards the factual basis or anything towards the judgment of sentence, Mr. Milks.
To asking the court, I guess, to reconsider at this point, just considering some of the things we said, just regarding some of her tendencies here that she may not be fully in control of. That'd be right, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Milks. I'm not changing the judgment of sentence. I understand the argument. Ms. Moore, you're going to spend 90 days in jail starting now. Good luck to you, ma'am, okay? And that's all for the record in 2403182.
Yeah, everything. There's like a phone call.
Yeah, I printed it. I'm waiting for Ms. Slabiak to get her.
I don't know if it's coming from.
That's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe that we will probably be going back to the old channel on the next one. I tried to make this channel go, and it just doesn't seem like it wants to go anywhere. And I do have quite a following on the other channel. So we'll be going back to the old channel soon. So if you're a subscriber on this channel and you're not on the Panorama Computer Services, you need to jump over there and and subscribe and just help the channel grow. I tried. It just seems like there wasn't a good reception on it. So that's it for today. I broadcast every day at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. So you all have a wonderful evening. Ta-ta and ciao ciao. And I will see you guys tomorrow.